and welcome to the Business Water Cooler. I'm Lisa. Today we're going to be talking about discovering your talent. Joining me today are my special guests. Let's meet them.
I'm Annette Zobar, AMS Office Solutions.
Hi, I'm Mandy Prenke from the Authority Screen Print and Embroidery.
I'm Allison Henderson with Moving Image Consulting.
How did you discover your talent and why did you start your business?
Well, my talent, the way I started my business was several years ago. I was actually a business owner for an industrial sales market. I had a partner, and it came to the point where we just needed to change gears with our business. So we ended up selling the business, and I decided that I no longer wanted to stay in that industry, so I was looking for something else to do. My primary task in my business is helping people, train them on QuickBooks and help them customize, and through the years I learned about how business owners have problems with legal issues, so I started working with Legal Shield as well.
You do? Okay. Well, that's good because a
Yeah.
lot of businesses, they don't really understand how to do their books, and it's such a vital part of their business.
I've always had an interest in art and creating things, so when I was able to find a position with another company working at a screen printing and embroidery company, they trained me, and so I learned the production part of it, and I had a strong customer service background. So I was able to learn how to make it and how to sell it. The business that I was working for sold. I decided to go off on my own, and I now have two different companies, one which is a retail company that serves directly to the customer, and the other which is a wholesale company.
And what about you? I know your business is something that we need as well.
Mine was sort of a slightly different journey. I came from a theater background. I was artistic director of a theater company, worked in a lot of nonprofits, and found myself needing that kind of day job or something to support my theater habit. And I had studied movement and nonverbal behavior, but not for kind of a corporate or a business bent until I went back for certification in what's called movement pattern analysis. And that is literally a consulting kind of a business model for how to take all of the observing and the stuff that I do naturally as a director and use it with businesses and teams and leaders for leadership training and things like that. So, and now I'm doing workshops that are interactive and use improvisation and a lot of the things that I do in the theater.
What kind of challenges did you face when you did start your business?
The structure, because the structure in nonprofits, you tend to wear a lot of different hats. So I felt like I was really comfortable going in and servicing nonprofits, but when it came to the corporate world, it was a little bit more, I guess, just ownership and authenticity that I felt like that I was a little bit of an imposter because I didn't really come from their world.
When I started this business, I was married, and my husband was doing well with his job.
Okay.
So I kind of poked around basically when I was first starting. I was taking my sweet old time.
Yeah. You can get lackadaisy, can't you? Big secret here. We're going to share it with you. So, but don't judge us. But it's true. You can get lackadaisy. Any of you, have either of you had that situation happen to you as well, where you kind of laid back a little and then all of a sudden had to shift gears? Or
One of the things I sort of tease my husband about sometimes is like, you shouldn't be so supportive. You should be pushing me a little bit harder. I was like, oh, I need that kick in the pants sometimes.
Sometimes you do.
When I started my business, I didn't have children, and I was working from home. I did end up getting a storefront, and then packed him up every day, brought him to the shop. He had his playpen, he was there, his toys, customers talked to him all day long. He grew up in the shop, and he loved it.
being a being a business owner, you have so many hats. You have your sombrero, you have your, it's like, it's overwhelming, isn't it?
Oh, I am still wearing many hats, but I have gotten better. In fact, last year I had a big project coming up, and I knew that I couldn't do it, and I did have someone, actually one of my clients,
Oh,
who was really good at doing QuickBooks. I called her up and I knew she was
Good.
wanting some extra money.
yeah.
And so I made a deal with her to finish this project up for me. And she did an awesome job. I was kind of paranoid about it.
I realize what I do well and those things that I don't do well. If I'm going to be wasting time, I need to get the job done.
Exactly.
And I have some good relationships with companies that I trust and they follow through real well. If there's a mistake, if
It's a
something
reflection
goes,
on you and your
exactly.
business. That's
and
true.
so you have to be really careful on
You
who
really
you
do.
build those relationships with.
Absolutely.
But once you find them, you
You hold on
You
to
hold
them,
on
lock and
tight.
key, throw the key away. That's so true. And what about yourself? Have you had to funnel out work too?
So far, it's been more of using someone else to learn how to do it, so that then, for right now, I still have to wear all the hats.
Okay.
But then I know exactly who it's going to go to when I have the funds to really turn it over.
So on that note, I think we should probably go into our 30-second elevator speech. And what we're going to do is find out a little bit more about our guests. So Annette, why don't you take the floor and tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you do.
Well, my business is AMS Office Solutions. I started it 10 years ago with the goal of helping business owners with the problems that I had experienced as a small business owner. One of the biggest problems that I had that we worked with, first of all, was with the QuickBooks. We had struggled with QuickBooks, and so I learned how to use it and became certified, and I teach people how to fish.
The Authority Screen Print and Embroidery, I started back in '97, so we've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
We do custom screen printing, embroidery, signs, custom artwork from anything from your website. I don't do website design, but logo design, promotional products, pens, mugs.
Very good stuff. How about you, Allison?
Well, Moving Image Consulting is only about a year old now that I've been solopreneuring it, and nobody's really heard of Movement Pattern Analyst. So how do you market it? You know, how do you let people know what it is without them going, "Are you going to come in and do yoga with my people?" So I have developed the Playhouse, which are workshops where very interactive, so that we work on team building and communication skills and sales techniques, where we actually practice the conversations.
I love all of what you guys do. Such powerful women, wonderful stories behind it. And it really is motivational to me, and I hope it's motivational to others that are watching the show. So on that note, we're going to close our episode for today. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you all so much for coming, Annette, Mandy, and Allison. Thank you, everybody. Take care.
If you are interested in being on our show, follow us on Facebook.com/The Business Water Cooler to see when the next show will be produced. And join our business community to gain not only some helpful information, but also some new contacts. Let's help each other grow.